This is Margaret in Windsor, and I'm going to do the best I can. Right at the moment, I've put up for since 2012, and YouTube, that's on Facebook and YouTube since 2013. I'm in really bad shape. I realize right now they have done to a degree, or can still do, what they did to me April Fool Day of '80 with ethylene glycol. I went through hell. I was taken across the state line, everything stolen from me. In plain sight with a letter from the FBI, ongoing investigation, national security involved. That was done there, and I was illegally taken back to Huntsville. I'd been kidnapped. I found out in 1941 at 2 years old. My father's Edward VIII, who was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe. Windsor. My mom was from Madison, Wisconsin, sister to artist Georgia O'Keefe. And I can hardly say this morning, so I don't know what happens because I've told all this, and I've begged, and I've lived on the Appalachian Trail. I have done everything to stay alive, and my children, Mark and Scott, I hope they're alive and not in this hell. This has been done to me in plain sight, and I know the media knows the truth about this. The Illuminati have kidnapped me. The Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and Bilderbergers. The whole thing's been a lie about my father marrying Wallace Simpson. She was an American spy. She married a double, and George, my own uncle, the Illuminati took my father down because he wouldn't play their game, wouldn't take their orders. They're mafia, your global government that's under the guise of the United Nations, sitting up there in New York City with Rockefeller headquarters. They control your media. And I'm listening to night in the condition I'm in. I don't think I'm going to make it now. They came in, I've had a bad time being run from place to place and being called names. And Larry Flynn, I keep showing that as a reference to what has been done to me. At least, he was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia when I was doing a medical malpractice book, MD, a license to kill. And it was about the Tesla files that, part of it, the other part was stolen too, that everybody should listen to and know what all was in it, and was stolen by the Illuminati. But I was writing about how you could cure an illness or create it, and I can't go much further and talk right now. I should have left here, but then I should have had a place to go. I kept hanging on because a few things that I had put back together are over here on this desk, and I would lose all them. I've got a couple of suitcases, but it wouldn't. I don't have anywhere to go. I've been running plain sight. Up on the mountain, up here, there, things done to me and my children when they were born, and then later till I didn't see them anymore when that happened in Atlanta, Marietta. I'm going to say another thing here. After that happened to me, and I've tried to put it up here, there were a couple other in Forsyth County and Cobb County, I believe the other one, where the ethylene glycol was used. They were associated with rescue or law enforcement there, and it's been on the forensic files more than one time. They told about that, not about me, and the horror story involved. So I don't know all that's gone on here, except I wish I could have left. It's a little late now. damage has been done, and I realized they could do the same thing all over to me that they did April Fool Day of 80. I think what has shocked me is over the years, by the way, I want to get back to this. Larry Flint was shot by a program shooter, just like Governor George Wallace, etc. Why do you think they hid the Kennedy? Because he was shot by a program shooter. Because he was a part, he and his father, his family were put there to take my father down because they couldn't control him. He wouldn't do as they told him to. And they didn't like the fact he married my mom, who's Irish, and a good family. Anyway, right at the moment, I have to wonder, because the last thing I want to do is go to a doctor in the condition I'm in. What they've done to me, they just, nobody's going to do a damn thing. So, everybody stood around and watched it and helped do it. I'm listening to George Knorr, who I thought was the last. He used to be Art Bell, and somebody killed him. I believe it was early last year. I'm not sure. Well, he didn't print about me either, because the truth they don't want told. The United States were the ones that went into the UK, and that's why they took my father down. I'm talking about the mafia, the global government, the Illuminati, kidnapped me, put Elizabeth's father in as monarch, and then her in this fake royal family. Harry and Meghan Markle, William and Kate, Charles, and etc. And that's not my father that they keep saying. Married Wallace Simpson, a double, did became the illegal Duke and Duchess of Windsor. But what's happened to me is I have an autoimmune disorder, and I'm allergic to chemicals. And it's not just a funny thing. It's been used on me to run me from place to place to place and make me look like a fool, or make me look like I'm nuts. And I want to refer to somebody I've told about many times on here, and that was the newspaper columnist, Dorothy Kilgallen, back when she said she had the link she was on to tell the truth, or I believe was the name of it. And she was one of the panelists and a famous newspaper columnist. And she said she had the link to the Kennedy killing. Well, the link is what she did, what they did to my father and me, and I'll leave it there. That was the link they didn't want told. So she was killed, and they covered it up. They said she'd suddenly become mentally ill. Suddenly became mentally ill and had overdosed, kind of like Marilyn Monroe, right? So right this moment, I'm in bad shape. I wish now I'd taken what little bit I hadn't left, because I know I'm in bad shape. Oh, well, anyway, I was listening to George Knorr, and let me tell you, he totally knows this about me, all of it, the truth. I'm listening to him on here tonight. It woke me up, and I can hardly hear. I'm just all, they've come and started tarring right up on top of my place. They tarred last winter, and I don't know what all they put up there, and but it's not just that, it's the things that have gone on here. I've stayed here going on 2 years and gone through, which wasn't fun, but I didn't know they were going to end up doing this crap to me. This is done at such a high level, but everybody knowing it. But I listened to George Knorr tonight, and I listened to a Brit on there. I've forgotten his name, and he shocked me. They were praising the United States and calling Great Britain, going along with them. Great Britain was a hostage, just like me, just like my father was taken down. The Illuminati controlled it. And my father and most of the Brits were, do you think they fought against themselves? I couldn't believe the lies spewing out of their mouth tonight, the best I can hear them. My head is so closed up, and I realize I wish I had run before the rent was paid here for another month. And by the way, I'm going to leave it at that because I realize now then I've been paying and paying and could barely get by. And I guess they got what they wanted because I'm in pretty bad shape now. And I don't know if they're through with the gluing and the tarring and everything, and everybody's standing around watching because people around here, this is well known what they've done to me. And to think that they've done it to me again, they didn't do it in an exact way, but what's the point if they've gotten away with it after all that suffering and I went through to be in the condition I'm in now, and made homeless. I've been a friggin' joke to everybody, begging and pleading, and I'll leave it here because one day maybe it comes home to roost. Of course, it'd take God to do that, and I have to wonder where he's at right at the moment because there's nobody can